This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, a deck that will beat rogues. Because no matter what deck I post, there are a bunch of negative Nancys. You know who you are. A bunch of little crybabies, a bunch of worrywarts, a bunch of fretting Francies down in the comments saying, it doesn't beat rogues. It loses to rogues. Whiners, crybabies. Can't beat rogues without it handed to them on a silver platter. Fine, here you go. Beats rogues. What more do you want? 4 Skyclave Shades. Cast them from graveyard, beat rogues to death. 4 Kroxa, exile your graveyard, beat rogues to death. Cheap removal, Heartless Act, Bloodchief's Thirst, Bone Crusher Giant, beat rogues to death. Doom Foretold, make them sacrifice all their goodies and grind them out on card advantage because other than into the story, they don't have much. Beat up rogues. Happy? How are the rest of the matchups? Well, we find out in the video. This is a pre-record, re-record. I already recorded an intro, played a few games, actually had to make some changes. One of the cards that was in the deck was Elspeth's Nightmare. That card got cut completely from the deck to make way for more Heartless Act. There were 4 Bloodchief's Thirst as well. Went up to 4 Heartless Act. It improved things dramatically. There were just too many creatures that when you have the combination of Bloodchief's Thirst and Elspeth's Nightmare, you just can't kill what you need to kill, especially with Bone Crusher Giant. For some reason, the deck was just aiming too small. The original list I pinched off of the Magic GG website, and it also had like a golden egg in here. I'm going with more spare supplies, a card I haven't used much, but if I run a Doom Foretold deck, there's always people in comments, where's the spare supplies? Here it is. It's right there. As you can see, I read your comments. It gets a little repetitive, but that's okay. You're still welcome to leave them. It is a free internet after all. The rest that we've got here is Treacherous Blessing. I think 2 is a good number. I think if you have too many, you end up killing yourself too often. The Doom Foretold is the only white card, so you just need 1 white source, and it's actually really easy to cast with 4 Fabled Passage, 4 Savary Triome, 1 Basic Plains, 4 of this pathway, 4 of that pathway. So, yeah, that's a lot of potential white sources. And really the killer of the rogue deck is Kroxa. So if you hate rogues, which is the most played deck in Best of 1, and arguably the best deck in Best of 1, because there aren't a lot of space for sideboard swerves to beat it, then you should be playing a Kroxa deck. If you don't like playing a Kroxa deck, you have to figure out ways to abuse your graveyard and use it against them in other builds. But Kroxa is the most straightforward way, and this combination with Doom Foretold is actually pretty cool. One thing that I like about it is that Timurit Calls the Dead exiles a creature or enchantment from your graveyard, and oftentimes you don't want to exile the creatures like Kroxa and Skyclave Shade, but you can exile a Treacherous Blessing or a Doom Foretold from your graveyard with the Timurit, and it really helps this thing hit a bit more often, which is very nice. Shatterskull Smashing, I love to play this as my extra lands because I think the removal spell side is very useful. Maybe I'm overrating it a bit. We definitely don't need Agadeem's Awakening in a deck like this because getting back Kroxas and Shades, they get themselves back. So, not a big deal. The deck is medium against the other decks of the field. Mono Red in particular. I haven't played much Mono Red the last few days. Like I said, I'm recording this from the future. It's a return to the rivalry with Mono Red, so get ready for that. I think this deck is bad against Yorion, and probably bad against Ugin-type ramps, unless you Turbo Kroxa them. So, if you hate Yorion, this probably isn't the deck for you. But that's a sign of a good meta, that every deck has weaknesses, every deck has strong suits. The Rogues deck is weak to this deck. This deck is weak to Yorion. So people have to solve those matchups and figure out different strategies. There is a sideboard for you sideboard gamers who want to do stuff like that. The Elspeth's Nightmare landed over there, so you might enjoy this sideboard. And enjoy this video with Doom Foretold. Little bit of a mashup, and you don't see a Mardu deck that is playable in Mythic too often, so this should be fun. But let's do some quick shillerills to let you know about some stuff going on the channel. I have joined Team Witches of the Coast in the Wizards of the Coast Extra Life charity campaign, raising money to benefit Children's Miracle Network hospitals. My squad is Lady Lavinia's team captain, MTG Nerd Girl, Wonder Whitney, also known as Zabricus, Jamie Topples, Jana Amari. So, me and the witches. I'm just here to make them like look even better. It's a very fine team. What can you say? But anyway, that is the streaming donation goal. So if you stop by the stream for the next 3 weeks, you'll be able to donate to help out the kids in these hospitals. Lady Lavinia did this last year, actually raised a lot of money. She says that the reason, like what happened is that they sent her pictures and some updates on what happened. And these are kids who are stuck at the hospital. They're not allowed to go home for various reasons. They're battling various illnesses. Many now have COVID complications. And last year's fundraiser helped make sure that they had a PlayStation 4 in all of their rooms so that they had something to use to escape and just take their mind off of what they're going through and the challenges that they're facing. So if you're curious what the money is for, the cause, I have a clip. You can hit !why donate in my Twitch chat, and it will show you the clip of Lady Lavinia's talking about last year's experience, what she learned about what the money goes towards. And if you are interested in supporting my channel, if you would normally support my channel, please consider making a donation over the next 3 weeks, and I'll put a donation link in the description. But you can also visit on Twitch, donate live, get alerts, and join some of our goals. Like we had a goal that if we hit $500, I was going to dress up in a Jinjitsu gi for a future stream. That was hit. That's going to happen on Thursday. Because also coming on Thursday is me, CGB, versus streamer extraordinaire Mistman, very famous in the annals of Twitch, in the lore of MTG Twitch culture. And if you don't know much about Mistman, I encourage you to watch this hype trailer that I made to try to give you a bit of the backstory. It's live on the channel right now, the Mistman hype trailer. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. That is Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be playing Historic without bans, decks of Mistman's design, 2 games of best of 1, 2 matches of best of 3. Every time I lose one of those matches, I am going to match donations up to $200 of the day for the Extra Life campaign. So, if you want me to lose and you want to see money raised for a good cause and you want to see just an epic showdown between 2 of Twitch's favorite blue mages, come out Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and watch this hype trailer and get hyped. All right, that's the intro. Reminder, you can also renew your Twitch Prime. It's that time of year. Thank you for watching this intro. As always, I'll see you in the next intro. And the outro. Cool Kids Club, I love you. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. On the draw, this is what you want to see, those Bone Crusher Giants. We have a Shade. If the opponent isn't super aggressive, it might be handy. Might also be a dead card. Oh boy. Bring it on. Go ahead. Mill the deck. Ruin Crabs can block many things. Shades are not one of them. 2 Treacherous Blessings gone. Well, at least we know Timeric Calls the Dead will hit something. Opponent threatening an attack with the 0-3. I don't think they have a Thieves Guild Enforcer here, but they might, which would be something to Bone Crusher Giant. Of course, the Soaring Thought Thief is not something we can Bone Crush, so we need to draw another removal spell for that. Or line up Double Giant. But by all means, mill away. Another Shade. What are you going to do about them? I mean, you'll find Kroxa eventually. No other action. Okay, so this is red or white. We don't need the white anymore. These are basically whites and blacks. We'll play the land. We'll get back the other Shade. We can attack with this one first. I don't think we even need Timurit Calls the Dead. The opponent is handling the milling for us. Here it comes. It's a lot of damage. They're gonna have to figure out how to remove these at some point. May I has another? Not yet. Kroxa, though. Kroxa might be in the graveyard if you mill me even a bit more. Where are we at here? Bloodchief's Thirst comes down. Cool. Still no Kroxa. Deck. What gives? Doom Foretold. That'll drive them crazy, I think. They'll have to kill the Shade. Maybe they can, maybe they will. Maybe we need more setup. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Doom Foretold isn't the tempo we're looking for. Let's Shade again. Could be better for us. I might end up going face with this giant. Just all in aggro. I mean, how do they stop them? I don't think they have anything that's going to block it. Wind Roberto. I mean, that can absorb a hit. We could just throw the giant at it. The problem with that is they sacrifice it for the land. Ooh-hoo. Oh, it's on now. All right, so I think we throw the giant at the face. Okay. They just don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop with this deck. All right, giant, your face. I'm not worried about my life total from the robber. It's going to have to do some blocking. All right, send in the Shade. Now this turn we can Kroxa and Bone Crusher Giant, or no, we can Bone Crusher Giant and Skyclave Shade. Is that better? Is like double spelling here better than single spelling and getting drowned in the lock? That's a good question. Just resolving something here puts them under a ton of pressure and they need to start chump blocking soon. Okay. I do think yeah. Let's wait just a minute on Kroxa. No kicker. We're going to also try to play the Bone Crusher Giant. This will probably be countered, but that means Kroxa can resolve, and Kroxa can deal 3 damage if it resolves. Much better to counter it than let it resolve and have to target it. Take that 2 damage where Bone Crusher gets its money. But they're down to 2 cards. Their offense is not particularly fast here. Our deck is only half gone. Their last card, if they're strong, is into the story. It's not. Yeah, they're in trouble. They have to chump block the Shades. Kroxa coming back out of the graveyard is just lethal if they take the Shade damage. And there's another Shade in the graveyard. Yep, it's chump block time. They're not going to successfully race this. Elspeth's Nightmare. That is not lethal. So I think it's going to be Kroxa and Shades. Let's attack first. They have to remember to chump block. Okay. Mill me a little bit more. They still plan to win this way. Okay. A crab's got to be a crab. All right, the opponent is at 6. They have 9 points of power in the air. We could bring back Kroxa, put them at 3, and have the 6/6 on the field, but honestly, if we just remove their stuff, I don't think they can win. So we're going to kill off their... No, we're not. That doesn't... Dang it. That is a mistake, is what that is. Okay. Gotta kill this. They sacrifice it to draw a card, of course. And we'll see if their top 2 cards are any good. But yeah, the Nightmare doesn't hit anything because these are 3 power. Is it a mistake? I'd have been a lot better off playing Doom Foretold. But now this does get to peek at the opponent's hand, which might help us find lethal next turn. I'm sure that's a bit of pressure on them. They find Into the Story. Fresh 4 cards. Unlikely that Kroxa can be lethal. They'll probably have a non-land to discard. Yeah, I think I did a lot of things wrong on that last turn. Oh well. We battle on. 1. Okay. Oh, ho, ho. All right. All right. Gutsy. Love it. Down to 2. We have to finish the job right here. And I'm not sure I have the tools. I don't think I've got it. The Nightmare. The Nightmare takes what? So they'll have the Agadeem's Awakening to discard to the Kroxa, but wait a minute. They're just dead. Why didn't they cast that? Why didn't they cast that on the Shade? Oh, because then I take the Awakening and then the Kroxa is lethal because they don't have a non-land card to discard. They're dead. Comedy of errors. Content. Lots of algorithm juice for the misplaying Judies out there who want to correct me. 3 lander spare supply machine against Yorion. I think that's where you want to be. I think against Yorion, you want Skyclave Shades, and you want spare supplies. You want to grind. So what flavor of Yorion are you? I've built like 9 different Yorion decks to get excited about. Start the shadery. No scry. You're just gonna draw. Alright. Sure. Yeah. It's fine. I got shade for days. The question is, do I also want to draw cards here with, like, spare supplies? Or do I just want to attack my opponent? Oh, boy. I think I want to resolve the Nightmares, to be honest. Having the Shade on the board here might be a Skyclave Apparition, but they could have done that last turn. I don't know. I don't know what the right play is. Let's go with the Shades. We've got this Blood Chief's Thirst and these Elspeth's Nightmares to try to clear a path next turn. Gross. That card is super annoying. Like, it's just, ugh. In a slow matchup, it's so good. It's so bad normal, but it's so good here. Alright, Nightmare. Also, like, Doom Foretold doesn't really work against them well. They just sacrifice a bunch of toys that they put on the battlefield. Maybe it dilutes their Yorion. Maybe that's the great hope here. Finally, somebody scries with their tome. Everything's just been so good for them, they haven't had to. It must be nice. The Burf. The Casket. Uh-huh. Had a feeling that was coming. And slamming an Omen too, even with the Nightmare about to go off. Maybe these are just lands and they're trying to put another land or another creature in their hand so this whiffs. And they keep 2 to the top. Let's see if we whiff. Let's see how good they are. Still got something. Still got something. How about some spare supplies, people? Card. How about some spare supplies, folks? Card part 2. How am I going to deal with that Yorion? Right now, I'm just not. It's just going to die. We're just going to die to it. But we'll dig up more toys. Spare supplies does nothing if it doesn't find toys. But yeah, no Kroxas. No action, really. Just kind of drew the wrong side of our deck. It's a really lopsided hand. Yeah, I've played enough Magic with you. I will leave now, thank you. I would rather not see what happens after that. I know this story. For those just tuning in, Elspeth's Nightmare has been removed. Removed from the deck for being absolute garbage. Heartless Act in. Elspeth's Nightmare out. Too many games of this kills nothing important. It had to go. Turn 2 Chandler. No removal from me. Fun. Good times. All right, long way to go in this game. Don't have to panic yet. Don't have to panic just yet. Could still be fine. I'm just so jealous when other people get to channel and I don't. I love using this card. I really do, but it looks like this opponent doesn't want to use it. So, I don't have to be jealous. Let's call the dead. Whoa, that's something. Are the shades any good in this matchup? I've got a Kroxa in hand. We'll send off this one, I guess. I'm curious about this matchup. Does adding Doom help the matchup? I don't know. There aren't a lot of permanents I couldn't deal with other removal spells, which makes Doom just a more expensive removal spell. So we'll see. Opponent already has their Kroxa. They already have both their Kroxas. Gotcha. Now I will have first Kroxa. Sure. 5? No, guess not. I guess Magmatic Chandler discarding does it, but maybe we'll draw an answer to that. No? Got enough shade? This game is stupid. Alright, so what is there? 6 cards there, but I don't actually want to exile them, do I? How do we get it so that Doom Foretold hits where we want it to hit? I think we just get this out. I think we just slam the Doom. Does that sound right? Sounds right. Choices. Choices in my graveyard. We have to use Blessing next turn and try to draw into something to kill their Kroxa. The game won't be over if I don't deal with it right away, but... Heartless Act, Bloodchief's Thirst. These are cards I play in my deck. It would be nice to draw them. And we get 4 looks, including this turn. Do we let the land go? Yeah, we'll draw another. I wish I had used it last turn, though, to get more cards for the graveyard. So that might have been a mistake. Should have passaged. I didn't like the commitment. 3 cards, please. Heartless Act, we did it. All right. Would you like Shade? Every single land we get to do that. What a good life. All right, you're out, at least for a minute. Swing, swing. Opponent can block one of them, take 2. They sacrifice the Chandler. And we run the Doom Foretold engine. Oh, looks like we're letting the Doom die. At least in theory. Opponent will take their Time Walk. think I just slam another one. Oh, you don't like that. I think they're hoping I get back Kroxa and they can use a removal spell on it. But another Doom Foretold is just so much value there. They take 4, we draw 2 cards, we gain 4 life. Oh, they discard 2 cards. Is Spare Supplies into Blessing on the play or on the draw any good? Are we just going to get run over here? Depends on what the opponent's deck is, and the clue that we have is that it's not Yorion. That's all we got. So I don't know. I don't know about this hand. Super speculative. If I were against Yorion, this hand would probably be good. Against not Yorion, I'm scared. If any of you watch or play Among Us, this is a very sus hand. Goose on fire. All right. They're coming out strong. All right, we'll go get a black. Really? The double hello? Have some of this, but shut up. So excited to play me. I'm gonna destroy you. Give them the Kroxa. They're on 3 cards. They might need every single one. So what are you playing? Feasting Troll King. No! No! And the goose to make the food. No! I'm dead. It's over. Game over, man. Just game over. What a scumbag. Brrr. Can I has Heartless Act? Can I has Heartless Act? Wow, this draw is amazing. Everything about this is going so well. Hey, at least this way I get to discard some cards, since they all suck. Observe as I do nothing. I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm gonna lose it today. What is this bull? Ugh. These draws are just failures in every way. I kept the hand. It's on me. It's on me. But too many of my cards don't do anything. Bad deck building? Bad gamer? You be the judge. Because God knows you are judgy. Yes, you watching YouTube, you're judgy. The judgiest judge. Stupid goose, man. Ugh. Alright, where are we in graveyard? 4. This is 5. We're not going to get to Kroxa. On the draw, let's roll. What's that? Is that a removal spell? Is this a balanced hand? I should have mulliganed that last one. I'm learning. It's gonna stick with me, though. Which is the best, in a way, that's the most effective way to learn. Valmir Knight? Is this something I should be concerned with? This must be, like, Jund Adventures, right? So a card like Bone Crusher Giant might be very helpful. I'm not afraid of this. Let's get the supplies going. Let's hold back on the Kroxa. Scavenging Ooze, if they're playing Jund, is a big deal. Yep, Forest. Hitting land drops is a big deal for us. Anything else? Okay. A little bit of graveyard shenanigans. I've got graveyard shenanigans too. I wonder if you're always supposed to slam this on turn 3, or if maybe I'm supposed to play more Magic first. Get like the Bone Crusher Giant into my graveyard so I know I have something to exile that I won't be angry about. It's worth thinking about. I'm used to the other deck, which is, it's Turbo Kroxa, you know? And I do think I'd get rid of the Shade here for something that can block. Although, I'm sure they'll Bone Crush it. That card is a problem. Doom Foretold is the only way to deal with it. We just got rid of one of them. So now we can't have the Kroxa sit in our graveyard, so we have to play it on 6. And we want to wait to play this until we can also play a Shade or something we mill over that turn. So what's the play this turn? I think it's Bone Crush and maybe a Heartless Act for whatever else the opponent resolves. Get a white source down. We can do all the action I'm talking about at instant speed here. The manual taps. Here we go. Yeah, hold up that foul mirror. All right, let's step on the Triton. I don't think I want to use the Heartless Act, so let's draw a card with the supplies and try to find Doom Foretold. Blessing? Yeah, we're really gonna need a Doom Foretold. Scry, don't need you. I suppose being aggressive might help try to get this game in our favor. They're at 23, so we have a long way to go, and they're gaining life from the Klothys, so taking an aggressive stance doesn't sound great, to be honest, but I think it's the best way to loosen the opponent up a bit, get them to make some plays. Also, this white source means we can't really bring Kroxa back till 7, which is, ugh, very sad. All right, there's a Shovel. We're going to have to kill that before it draws too many cards. That's the perfect card to kill it. Out of there. Attack. Heartless Act. Bone Crusher Giant. We could Heartless Act our own. Oh man, but we only have one black source, so we can't play Blessing if we do that. And I think we want Blessing here. But we could have stopped the opponent from getting a 4-3. I just don't think that's as worth it as getting 3 cards ourselves on this turn. And we find another black. And we find Doom Foretold. That's key. Do we want to... Let's see, the opponent plays their Giant, we Heartless Act it, then we play Doom Foretold. We have enough mana to do that next turn. Let's go ahead and resolve the Shade. Yep, we gotta get rid of this Klothys. Eating our graveyard, gaining life, whittling us down. You can't tell we're the beatdown when the opponent's still at 21. I guess we could see if they want to trade. And then we hold our Heartless Act for what? Edgewalling Keeper, stuff like that. Yeah, those things can beat us. Tradesies. Fill that graveyard. Bye-bye, Clothis. Yay! Yay! Now, the Clothis didn't trigger there. Let's see. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, that's why. It's after the draw step. Now we get rid of the Blessing. The opponent with 5 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand. Can't help but wonder what's going on there. Let's attack first. Shall we see what's going on there? I'm into it. Try to leave the enchantments and the creatures when you bring the Kroxa back. Scavenging Ooze. They've been slow rolling the Ooze. They've been trying to exile a Kroxa or something like that. I like it. Okay. Let's use spare supplies. Let's use a temple. Sure. Doom pops. Another Ooze. Oh, man. Yeah, you've been holding back on me, haven't you? Elder G. Opponent's going to be sad to see what happens. These are fine. But that's their Hail Mary. I think they knew that this game was over if I had a way to kill it. And that's the game. Sure. Looks fun. Kill, do stuff, kill. Timber Calls the Dead is a weird card. It's kind of like 3 mana. Sometimes it's draw 3 cards. Sometimes it's make a zombie draw 1 card. Sometimes it's do absolutely nothing. Oh, you! I remember you. This is mono red. Let's resolve the white source. How many fervent champions did you draw? Uh-huh. Get my Heartless Act. I was planning to use that. Out of there. Are you any good? You're not actually not that good in this matchup. Not in the hand. I'd rather mill into one. Takes a while. Phoenix of Ash. Skyclave Shade is worse than the Kroxa, by the way. How to play this. We could call the dead here. Try to line up a 2/2 for the zombie. This is still in the air. We could Heartless Act this. The Doom Foretold is going to have to do something. So I don't want to pay 3 life at all. So I think we're just holding up a Heartless Act here. Where are you putting it? It's not hitting me. Nope. All right, draw another removal spell, maybe? Would be nice. The smashing will do, right? That will do. Exile 3 other cards. 1, that's not enough. Maybe I take a hit from this champion to get a Timuret going so that I can Doom Foretold the Timuret. But it does let my opponent get a little bit ahead. I could play Doom that just eats Embercleave or Champion here. And I could save this. Eventually this thing's coming back. I'm not sure how I'm dealing with it. How am I going to ever pop this Doom Foretold if I don't play Timuret Calls the Dead? How am I ever going to play Timuret Calls the Dead if I don't play it now? Okay. Well, at least I have... Oh no, the Heartless Act! You scumbag. You scumbag. I hate you so much, Mono Red. I hate you so much, I can't even express it in words how much I hate you. Whiff. I hate you so much. There's just nothing else to say. God. All right. Trying out a hand on the draw with Shade, which is really bad. I'm not greeting anybody today. Shut up. Oh my god. Okay, 5-card hand. What a disaster. What a disaster. But we drew the red source. All right. Good. Good. It's fine. Bone Crusher Giant, save me. Save me from this opponent. We haven't drawn you in the right matchups at all today. Like, at all. This is where you have to do work. Shade is supposed to be for control. You're supposed to be for aggro. Easy. Easy division of labor. This shouldn't be so complicated. Oh my gosh, I'm mono red. I'm so good. Look at me go. Shut up. Scum. No bones have been crushed in the attacking. So what do you think? Annex, right? So we'll just stomp this now. The opponent might stomp their own Fervent Champion here. Keep me from having 4-3. Or they might go face. That's a play you can make. I won't stop ya. Alright, let's play a little Magic before we unleash Calls the Dead, because the whiffs are too painful. I think I've been honestly playing it wrong. Soul Seer, nice. You take 2, that goes to the graveyard. Now I hit something with Timret for sure. The other option, I actually like this. I'm going to do it. We're going to play these Shades, which are normally terrible against Mono Red, and we're just going to start clocking the opponent. Because they have no board, so our Shades actually get the first mover advantage. We're just going to start beating them down with these Shades, and they have to remove them or Doom Foretold works. What you got? Yeah. I think this turn is Timret and Heartless Act. And that's just because it's more mana efficient. Sets up Doom Foretold even more so. Ooh, there's a Kroxa. Torbran. Torbran. Just chump it. Easy. Then we'll take it. We'll take out the Torbran with the Heartless Act here. I will has new 2/2. Shade. Down to 6. Let's make Giant Kroxa, yes. Oh boy. Let's see you get out of this one, Mono Red. I came for my vengeance. Hardened in the forge. We'll see about that. Because you're looking soft to me, boy. Yeah, hello. Give him the... Give him the fingers. Magikarp. Mono Red. Every day. One of these absolutely pathetic, little life forms that spams mono red. This hand isn't great, but I guess we'll throw shade. If we're gonna throw shade, let's throw shade. Alright, we'll start with the mountain. Since these have decisions that are required. Oh yeah! Yep, I see you. I see you. Probably LOLing right now that I played a card that can't block. Whoa, you have to pay life for that, bro. And I have a shade. Bro. Bro. What a gamer. What a freaking master of the universe. What? Alright. White, so that we might have a Doom Foretold. Call the Dead. Try to make something. Which Kroxa do we exile? This Kroxa. Alright, need a land off the top. Come on, deck. Don't screw me here. Pathetic. Pathetic. No land. Alright, deck's gonna screw me. We also have no land. Fine. We needed that right there for Doom Foretold. Alright, now what? Heartless Act the Fervent Champion or the Red Cap? Let's see how they attack. They are at 11. At 3 points from the Shatter Skull. Ooh, okay, okay. We got a game. Both. Sure. They still didn't draw land. I'm gonna try to eat your Fervent Champion. Rimrock Knight. Denied. Fizzle. Love it. Good turn. Get out of here! Get out, Magikarps! Get out! Get out! That's right. Keep a 2-lander. Play your Weaselback Red Caps out of here! On the draw with Bone Crusher Giant. That's where we want to be. 4 straight mono reds. What happened? I know what happened. I fell out of the top 500. Soon as you fall out of the top 500, you find the mono red mages. I was getting paired against too many other good players. Yep, that's right. I'm still throwing shade at mono red. I'm never gonna stop. You can't stop me. You can't do it. Die. Die. Why don't you just die? Alright, we're gonna need that 4th land this game too. We didn't get it last game. Okay. This is fine. I guess we have to Heartless Act a Bone Crusher. There's another land. That's fine. Alright, they're trying to go to combat, which could mean Embercleave. So let's use this now. Ooh, nice. That took their turn. Now what? I think they might still have more land in hand. Since they've hit every drop so far and didn't play anything else. So I think that means we slow roll the Kroxa. If we wait another turn on Tamarick Calls the Dead, we can play it and hold up a removal. And we can just do double removal this turn. I'm into it. There's the land. Alright, we don't want them to get a chance to cast the Embercleave, just to get it out of their hand. They might have multiples. They might just really want to get one on the field, which is easier and cheaper to equip than playing it from hand. Yep, Rimrock, sure. Destroy that as well. And hope that they don't draw a must-kill like a Torbrand in the next few draw steps. Alright, give him the Kroxa. Which Embercleave would you like to discard? Okay, they still have another land. Probably the Cleave. Let's make the white source. Let's Calls the Dead so that we can Kroxa next turn. Boo. Boo! Didn't expect that. Face. Place. But it's a 4-3. Kroxa big. Kroxa strong. Show me the Cleave. Your sword's not lit. It's not lit. You ain't legit. That's a card. Next play. Bone Crusher Giant here. Bone Crusher Giant front side. Attack first. See if the opponent dares to block. No. Alright, any pump spells? No. Nothing that, like, I have to not hold this for. I guess they could shock their own robber and then I don't get the creature. It's not a big deal. Smash it now. Game. Well, after an infuriating mono-red loss, we've turned it around, picking up 3 in a row. If you just eliminate that 0, it's very nice. And back for the post-game wrap-up. Covered a lot of it in the games. This deck, as you can tell from the games, tilted me. It's definitely the tale of two decks, right? Because all this stuff is kind of slow and grindy and can get run over, and then there's all this removal to try to keep you alive, but there's no big sweep or catch-up mechanism. And if you have Skyclave Shade is like so bad on the draw, Spare Supplies is so bad on the draw, Treacherous Blessing is so bad on the draw, the deck is a bit too polarized for me for best of one, and I think it needs more something. I don't know if it's really fixable. I don't think Doom Foretold is the catch-all that you need. The Magmatic Chandler in the red-black version is just that glue card that you need. It can be a threat. It can help you find answers. It does all the things. This deck doesn't have it. You could run it. Discarding Skyclave Shade does sound nice. Maybe it's better than Spare Supplies, but then okay. Let's think about this. I never sacrificed Spare Supplies to a Doom Foretold in the whole video. I don't think that ever happened. So maybe it is a smart move to cut Spare Supplies and run Magmatic Chandler. Maybe that's the jam. I'm going to try that in the future build, and I think you should too. So got you some information for staying to the end. Thank you very much for that. Reminder, CGB versus Missman Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. I need my YouTube crowd to help me battle somebody who's insanely popular on Twitch. It's going to be a showdown. And, of course, if you want to donate during that time, for losses, I am matching up to $200 of donations with my own money. For wins, I'm still matching up to $100 of donations during that time. So please, come support a good cause, the Extra Life campaign. Play games, heal kids. Good motto. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.